And we just found out a man who went underwater in the Santiam River has died. And tonight we talked to the swimmer who desperately tried to save him. This is KOIN 6 News at 11. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Gianola. This all happened at Salmon Falls Park. That's about 40 minutes east of Salem, a popular place where swimmers can wade in the falls or jump off a cliff into the water. Going beyond the headlines, Amy Frazier found a man who tried to help when that teenage swimmer got into trouble.
I can't even get it off my mind. Like, I'm sick to my stomach.
24-year-old Marshall McCreary wishes he could have done more as he swims toward us with shoes he believes belong to the victim.
I just wanted to bring him over to you guys and make sure if you guys know who his family is, you guys get him back to him so they can have his final footsteps kind of thing.
It was supposed to be a fun day at Salmon Falls Park in Marion County.
We got up here and we set up top where everybody's at up there. 2 minutes after we got here, a girl started screaming and she was like, "There's a guy drowning."
Marshall didn't know the group of teens in the water.
I dove in, swam over,
and he started checking underwater.
And I opened my eyes and I saw his body down at the bottom.
But the bottom was down deep and Marshall was running out of air.
So I came back up, caught my breath.
Marshall and his friend Dan decided to dive down together.
And we got down to him and grabbed him. And then Dan grabbed my arm, we pulled him up, got his head above the water.
Marshall says he and his friend were able to pull the teen over to the rocks. That's where Marshall began CPR, the best he could, without having any training.
I didn't even know what to do. I know what CPR looks like, so I started doing it. And was pumping and blowing into his mouth.
Other bystanders left the park in search of cell service. Meanwhile, Marshall and others continued CPR.
At one point, he actually spit out, reached up and wiped his own nose, and then his arm went back down.
Paramedics arrived and took the teen to the hospital. But as Marshall feared, the teen died.
If his family does see this or anything, I'm sorry. And it weighs really heavy on my heart because I didn't know what to do, but we tried everything we could.
As for the shoes, we took them to a Marion County Sheriff's deputy to get them to the family. In Marion County, Amy Frazier, KOIN 6 News.
And by our count tonight, there have been 5 young men who have drowned in area waterways just this month. There have been countless near drownings. And while the water's warmer this year, it's low, meaning there are hazards and they can snag boats and people. The water can run faster in some spots. And that brings us to a